What is up, you guys? Welcome to another Tuesday with Spencer here on FTM Transtastic. Now, I know I'm talking with a lisp. That is because I just got my tongue pierced, and I got it on Sunday, so it's pretty new. So we're just gonna bear with that for a little bit. And also, I just moved, so there's nothing in my apartment, and there's no lighting in my room. So bear with me for a couple weeks while I get my shit together. And yeah. Alright, so this week we're discussing non-binary week. Non-binary week is exciting. I'm non-binary. I'm so happy about it. And I just want to talk about some things I think are overlooked in the trans community that's specific to non-binary individuals, because we are part of the trans community. And it just kind of feels like, at least in my experience, both transgender people and cisgender people have these problems with non-binary people. And I just want to talk about how we can be more inclusive to our non-binary folks. One of the biggest things I have a problem with is people kept arguing with me about what to do or how to come out or how to say that you're non-binary in a setting. And one of the biggest ones that comes to mind is parents. So it's hard enough coming out as transgender to your parents. But a binary male and female is something everyone in this society understands. So when you come out as not only trans, but as non-binary, something that most people don't understand, it's twice as hard. And I'm not trying to say that trans binary people have it easier, because they don't. Coming out is hard, period. It's just there's more intricacies. I can't talk. There's more things that binary people have to kind of take into consideration when it comes to coming out. One of the biggest things I've had to face was my parents were like, "You're just confused." And that, I feel like, is a answer that a lot of non-binary people get. When you can't definitively say you're male or female to this society, they take it as you just need therapy, you just need help, you're just confused, you don't know what you want, this is a phase, etc. And that's when it's going to be damaging to your identity. So if someone comes out to you as non-binary, take it for what it is. You're not confused. This isn't a stepping stone, or it may be, but right now it isn't a stepping stone to another gender. It is what it is. So just take it for what it is. This comes into play when people want surgeries. So if you're a trans male and you're on hormones and you want surgery, most of the time you're going to get it if you have the right paperwork, documentation, etc. If you're a non-binary person, and let's say you're not on hormones and you don't want to be on hormones and you don't identify as male, it's a little harder. So the whole reason, or the whole way that they're able to say that you get surgery is to say that you have body dysphoria, blah, 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 blah. And it's easy to say that when you're like, well, this person identifies as this way, and these characteristics don't align with that, so they need surgery. But it's hard when you're saying, well, this person identifies as none or both, and there is no characteristic that equals none or both, so they need surgery. So it's a little difficult to navigate the medical field with it, and I think a lot of people take that for granted. They don't understand that non-binary people who aren't on hormones, or who don't want anything else other than surgeries, or who just want hormones but don't identify as male or female, have to face. And that was something I had to face, and I honestly just lied and was like, I identify as male, and that's how I did it. But, it definitely is a big issue with non-binary people and medical health care that I think needs to be addressed. So the last thing I'm going to touch on, and this is something I encounter a lot, is if you're non-binary, why do you dress like this? There's this idea that non-binary people have to be andro, or have to have femme days or masculine days, or a mix of the two, for whatever reason. And as you see, I present masculine all the time. I'm on hormones, so they just don't understand why I would identify as non-binary versus male. And that just goes back to being a trans individual. If you are trans male, you don't have to look a certain way. You're trans female, you don't have to look a certain way. And that's the same with non-binary people. You don't have to look a certain way. There's no guideline or steps or anything that you have to do or accomplish to identify as non-binary. You just have to identify as non-binary. And I get this question a lot from trans men as well as cisgender men, and I think it's interesting because I would think the trans community have a little more education in this knowledge, or in this concept. However, we're all human. We all have a lot to learn. So these are just some tips on how to be more inclusive to your non-binary folks. I hope you guys have a great week and are gearing up for an even better weekend. I hope my tongue heals fast so you don't have to deal with this next week. But it's Tuesday, it's Spencer, and until next time.